what's up everybody? My name is Alli Valdez, aka The Modern Actress, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alli. I go over all acting things related. I'm an actress based in Los Angeles, and I'm here to share with you all of my tidbits of the entertainment industry and everything that I've come across while being out here in LA. So if you're interested in the entertainment industry, then keep on watching. Okay, so this video is going to be basically like a year recap of my time in LA. I want to share with you all the good, the bad, and the ugly because, let's be honest, it got real. I don't know if I can say that on camera. Stuff got real, and I'm so excited to share with you all exactly what a year in LA has been like for me. So let's get started. So I'm just gonna start with the good. Upon moving here, immediately I found myself lucky enough to secure a commercial agent. And how I did that was simply submitting myself to various commercial agencies, sending out my headshot, sending out my resume, and like praying and hoping for the best. I submitted to my current commercial agent in September of 2018. Didn't hear from him until December of 2018 and was signed with him by January of 2019. So in that few short months of the year, I was able to secure my first ever commercial agent. Also following that, very shortly, I was able to get my SAG eligibility. And if you don't know what that is, it is a major key holder for anything acting related. If you want me to do a whole separate video on that, I'm happy to do so and share with you exactly what is SAG, how do you get it, what does it mean, and what does it mean for your career when doing so. So I will definitely plan for that if that's something you're interested in. I finally, oh my gosh, finally booked something. Finally, after auditioning left and right, I finally booked my first paying project, which was very exciting. It was a music video that I can link down below. It's had already over 1 million views on YouTube. I'm like, what? That is so amazing. It was so much fun, and it was like, I had gone about a year without even booking anything, and once I finally booked it and I was back on set, like it gave me the energy again to be like, this is why I do it, for like this reason. Like I get to be creative and I get to be around creative people and I get to like have fun and be crazy. So that was really fun. I was really thankful that I got to be a part of that project. One of the biggest things also was I was able to create a community of friends, which was really exciting for me because that was one of my biggest worries when moving out here, was like, how was I going to make a group of friends as kind of like an adult in a big city? And I was able to do so by just joining like an acting class and being involved in the community. So I first started studying at Warner Laughlin Studios, and then I spent some time at Zach Barnett Studios, and now I'm studying at Anthony Mendel's acting workshop studio. And so through that, I was able to find other creative people, other actors who were just like me, kind of had the same struggle, and we really connected from there. And now I've actually like made some really great girlfriends through that, and it was just a great spot to be at. Like in college, you move for college and you like meet college friends, or like you go to high school and you like have your high school friends. Like essentially that was what I was like trying to recreate. I've already graduated college, so I was like, shoot, making friends is gonna be hard, but like I just involved myself in the community, and also like started to go to church and like met people through like a church community. You know, there's different things to involve yourself in and to create that community of friends. So very thankful that I was able to do so. Next, I live in an amazing apartment with amazing roommates in an amazing neighborhood. So that I have so much to be thankful for because my actual living situation is so amazing, especially during quarantine and especially during this lockdown where we only have each other. And so thank God we all get along through this all, like before and after. Like it's like I really can't express how thankful and how amazing it is to have such a great group of friends that I get to live with in the city. Also, in my first year, I got to meet one of my favorite casting directors in the whole freaking wide world, which was David Rappaport. So I went out to Vancouver and spent a weekend out there with Anthony Mendel's workshop in the Vancouver office. Participated in the workshop, and David Rappaport was there to give his insight about casting and all things acting related. So it was really cool. I would love to audition for him one day and be in front of him. It was just really a really good milestone for me in my career to introduce myself to him, share with him my name. Though I wasn't auditioning, I thought that was a really great establishment to make, especially because he does cast a lot of the projects that I really would love to be on and really love to watch currently. So that was really, really freaking cool. Besides that, there's like little things, like I got to meet like a lot of celebrities through one of my jobs. Like I got to see a lot of big names come in, so that was just cool to like be around them and see them. Alongside of my favorite celebrities, I also had the opportunity to meet President Obama. Yeah, that was major. That was literally my first day in LA. Like, I literally met Obama. I also went to live tapings of Dancing with the Stars and America's Got Talent, and those tapings are free and open to the public, and I was able to snag some tickets for some friends of mine, and then when my parents and my mom came out for my birthday, I spent my birthday at America's Got Talent, so that was really cool, and just seeing the production of it all, and seeing the celebrities dancing and the judges on America's Got Talent, and then being able to later watch the episode and be like, oh snap, like that's how they do it. It was so cool. It's just like it is on TV, like I swear. So I am going to dabble now into the harsher, darker times of my first year in LA. As I promised, this channel was always going to be very real, and I was going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So here we go. I guess the biggest thing about my first year and a half was I was really broke, and I'm gonna be super transparent about that. I did not have a lot of money coming in. What I did do the first year, which kept me afloat kind of, was saving about 10 grand before I moved out here. And I talk about that in one of my older videos. If you want to check that out, I'll link it right here. But I really recommend in your first year just saving a lot, and that really helped me. But in the long run, it ran out, and there were bills to pay and rent was due, and I knew I wanted to be here, so I had to make it work. So at one point I was working 4 jobs at one time. That was 1 restaurant job, 1 personal assistant job, 1 babysitting job, and then of course my acting career. And that in itself, it needed to be full-time at the rate I wanted to excel. So I was really spread thin. A lot of my weekends and my evenings were devoted to the restaurant, so I lost out on a lot of opportunity to meet more people and to go out and to experience new things, because I had to constantly be turning it down because I was so financially strapped that I couldn't afford to even spend an extra $15 on an Uber to, you know, a museum or to a restaurant, or even indulge myself in an extra cocktail or an extra side of ranch for my pasta or pizza, whatever. I've never had ranch on my pasta, so I don't really know where that came from. I'm kind of hungry though. So that was big for me. And with that came a lot of questioning my worth and questioning why I was out here and what I was doing. I had a conversation with my mom that was like, if I'm working so hard to be here and I'm doing all these different things that are taking me away from my acting aspirations, like what am I doing? And so I just felt like at one point I was working so much and juggling so many different things that weren't even acting related that I did have to take a pause from my acting classes for about 6 months, and that hurt. Like, I just felt like I completely lost touch with the industry and my community, and was really questioning like why I was being here. Like I was working so much to afford a life that I wasn't even focused on. So that was a really, really, really tough barrier to come through, and it wasn't easy. Like, I'm pretty sure I spent like at least several months really only eating like oatmeal and popcorn. Like it was to the point that I couldn't really afford groceries. Pro tip, work at a restaurant because you get a lot of free food. That's basically how I survived. That I think was the heaviest thing, because it was my first time really adulting on my own and having to work in a budget and figure it out. So yes, that was, I can go on and on and on about it, but it was financially really hard. And it still is, I'm not gonna lie, but now I figured out a way to budget more and be mindful of opportunities to take. A really good friend told me once, like, don't just take an opportunity to take an opportunity, like find an opportunity that's worth the gain. And now, like, I've turned down a lot of those little side hustles and committed myself to something more stable that gives me the flexibility, which is working remotely full-time, which I have a whole nother video about my side hustles if you want to check that out. Some other things I had to overcome was roommate situation. We had 1 move in, 1 move out. I'm not really gonna get into the details of it, but at one point in my life, it was quite a scary living situation, and it really wasn't safe for anyone's mental health and mental well-being. And so it was about a month that happened that I really sat in a really dark gray cloud for a long time. It is, I want to respect the people involved in that, so I'm not gonna mention the exact details. However, it was really, really tough, and I felt very vulnerable, and I felt very alone, and I just wanted to curl up and cry and call my mom every second of the day and just like have her like rescue me. And Like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Oh, wow, I've never like gotten this emotional on camera before, but I guess it's just like watching or like reflecting on this year and reflecting on how hard it's been, that I'm kind of like crying like tears of happiness at the same time, because I'm presently really happy in my life. So wow, did not expect that to come through. Okay, so moving on to some of the other hardships that I had to face. I dealt with a lot of rejection, and in this industry you're gonna have to learn how to deal with rejection, take it into a ball, crumble it, and throw it out the window, because you will get rejected more often than you think in this town. You need to build a firm foundation for your mental health to be able to support that. I got rejected from agent inquiries, manager inquiries, auditions. I auditioned, I would say, a good 100 times this year and a half. So yeah, I'm still constantly dealing with that, but you know, it is the name of the game. Please know that you are not alone. Everyone is feeling the same way. We all just have different ways to go about it. If it's not, you know, rejection of the arts, you will find rejection in dating. And I've, you know, explored dating in LA before, and it's a whole another ball game. I've gone on some really interesting dates. I have met some really other things. I got a parking ticket. That sucked. Pay attention to street signs, because street cleaning will get you. So with all of that being said, was it worth it? Like, was the financial hardship and the rejection and the questioning self-worth worth it? Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I would not second guess my move to LA, because though I went through those tough times, like there's so much that I could talk about that outweighs the bad. There's so much good that came from living out here that I don't really see those struggles as struggles, because they just help shape me to be more aware of the world around me, and be more humble, and to be more gracious, and to be more excited. So like, for example, like it took me a year to book a role, but because it took me a year to book a role, when I booked a role, it felt so much sweeter. And like it took me a year to figure out my finances, and now that I have, like, it's like, oh snap, like I overcame that. Like it was so many challenging things that were thrown my way that like I can attest to that like I wouldn't change, because like now living where I am right now, and like in this present situation, like it just makes everything sweeter. Like I have so much insight in this town. I have so much creative outlets. I have so many friends that are resources. I have accessibility to casting workshops and agent meetings and premieres and parties, like so much in this town that me living back in New Mexico was not as accessible. And I love New Mexico, and I cannot wait to book something and go back home. But the truth of the matter, the fact is, the accessibility is here, the network is here, the industry is here. And it's a move that I'm proud to say that I did, and that I'm still doing. So yeah, like it's a little bit crazy now with quarantine, but that's not stopping me from my career. Like there's so many like online virtual workshops happening right now that this industry is very much moving, and it doesn't matter where in the world you are presently, you can certainly participate in those right now before, and you can save your money and you can stack your coins before moving out here to LA. So that is about it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I had so much fun reflecting on my year and a half, my year in LA. Looking at the video of the young girl sitting on her bed in New Mexico saying, small town girl, big city dreams, like she has come so far. Like I just want to like give her a hug. If you haven't seen that already, feel free to watch that first video. Again, if you're not following me on Instagram, don't forget to do so. My Instagram is at alli.valdez with 2 Z's. If you like this video and this type of content, please don't forget to give me a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.